all for coming out to support a very monumental week and month here at HART and in Hillsborough County. I'd like to start by thanking the staff for all of your hard work, not only today to make this whole week successful, but throughout the last several decades. So thank you very much. I'd like to recognize HART board member Rich McLean, who's in the audience, who has joined us today. It's a, like I said, very monumental week. HART turns the big 4-0 this week. HART has a variety of activities planned throughout the week, both at our bus transfer centers as well as along our bus system in downtown Tico streetcar line. Without further ado, I have three individuals standing behind me who I would like to introduce. First of which, Mayor Jane Castor has joined us, our Mayor of Tampa, and Hillsborough County Commissioner, as well as HART Board Chairman Les Miller. And then last but certainly not least, you're going to hear from local legend Pastor Scott. So with that, Mayor Castor.
All right, thank you, Ben. It's certainly my pleasure and honor to wish HART a very happy 40th birthday. I wish I was circling back on number 40. I'm getting ready to hit the big 6-0, so I can tell you guys what 40 feels like, without a doubt. But I want to thank the entire HART organization for all that you do to provide a necessary service to our residents, and you do it in a stellar fashion on a shoestring budget while watching out for the safety of our riders, our citizens, and our drivers as well. So thank you all very much for that. And I had the pleasure of riding the express bus along Route 1 the other day with Ben Limmer. And I can tell you that we were able to experience firsthand HART's mission, which is to take people to the places that enhance their lives. And it actually took me from my home down Florida Avenue to City Hall, which enhances my life every single day. So I thank you very, very much, HART, for all you do. We are confident that we'll be able to get the All for Transportation funding released very soon, so that we will be able to provide reliable bus service to the entire Tampa Bay area. So thank you, thank you, thank you, and happy birthday. And it is a pleasure to be a member of the HART board and to be serving alongside the incredible members, along with HART's leader, Ben Limmer. Thank you.
Good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here today to celebrate with HART 40 years of existence. That goes back a very long way in this community for HART to be doing the things that it's doing. And it's a pleasure for me to, oh well, forget it. It's a pleasure for me to be doing that. In November of 2018, the citizens of Hillsborough County took it upon themselves to pass a tax, to all the transportation tax for better transportation in this community. There has been a little bump in the road called a lawsuit, and we're not going to worry about that, because the mere fact is that we're hoping that the Supreme Court will uphold the tax and we can go about the business of giving the service in this growing county that the people need in Hillsborough County. So we're really hoping and praying that that happens, that lawsuit will be upheld, and we can go ahead and do the things we want to do. And in fact, the county commission was passing ordinance a couple of weeks ago to implement those things that we need to have in place to make sure it happens in Hillsborough County. So we're going to do that. So one of the things we want to do by kicking off this celebration of 40 years, the mayor and I want to make sure that we give away a 31-day pass to someone this morning, and as we go through the process of giving away the passes, someone this week is going to get a 1-year pass to ride a HART bus for 1 year. So that goes a long, long way. But this morning, I have one here for 31 days. The gentleman sitting here that we went around and asked him how long he's been riding the HART buses, he said for 40 years he's been riding those buses. He's sitting right over there in that red. I don't know his name. Come here. Says he went to high school here, he graduated from high school, and he's been riding the buses here for 40 years. What's your name? What's your name, sir? David Larry. And you're from Tampa? And you graduated from where? Tampa Bay Tech. You ride the bus 40 years. There's a 31-day pass to ride the bus is free, so thank you very much for what you do. Appreciate it. Thank you. So at this time, we're going to introduce a gentleman that served on the HART board. I don't know how long ago he was on the board. Probably was on there with my wife, and she was on there. He served on the HART board. He wants to talk about the times that he was on the board, and that's the Bishop, Reverend Thomas Scott.
Thank you, Commissioner. Good morning, everyone, and to the CEO, Mr. Limmer, and to our mayor, amen, who's doing an outstanding job for the city of Tampa. And to all of you today, it is my pleasure to be able to come and reminisce, I guess, and celebrate 40 years. You celebrate your birthday. Now, I went on the board in 1996 when I was elected county commissioner in 1996. I served on the board about 6-7 years, and you're right, Commissioner Miller, your wife and I served together during those times as well. But that was during the days when Sharon Dent was the executive director, and HART really took the lead. You all remember the whole transportation tax issue, which should have been ours. The money that the federal government was giving away went to Charlotte because we couldn't get our act together pretty much. But I remember those days where HART really led the way. They were out front on the whole issue of mass transit and light rail. And I had the privilege of traveling with HART, going to St. Louis, Denver, San Diego, all around where there was already a light rail, to see what they were doing and how it was functioning, how it was working. And so HART has always been a leader in terms of transit and public transportation. And I salute you today. You're to be commended for what you are doing. You're providing a needed service to a lot of my constituents, are the folk where I live in East Tampa and all throughout. I can remember the day of getting on the bus, I was on the board, getting and riding the different routes just to see where we went and how things operated and how things function. And I want to tell you that here we are still 40 years later. HART is doing a tremendous job, and my hat is off to all of the staff over here at HART. In fact, during that time, it was called HART Line. If y'all remember, y'all would drop off the line and change it to HART, which is fine and commendable. And so to the current CEO, Mr. Limmer, I want to thank you again for what you're doing and for what the staff is doing. Know that I'm here if you need me for any time. God bless you, and continue to enjoy yourself and celebrate being 40. I just celebrated my 66th birthday on yesterday. So there's a big difference between 40 and 66.
All right, well, as I mentioned earlier, HART does have a variety of activities planned throughout the week. I know that we have some live music at the transit centers. Also, we have a variety of other celebratory activities throughout the week. So thank you all for coming out, and look to see you riding HART. And thanks for your support.
Yeah, let's do a quick direct to camera, I suppose.